and welcome to OVPL this week, match week 5 already. I'm Jay, coming to you here from our YouTube channel, straight from the training ground, joined with Ryan from the Highlanders, league commish Brandon, and Bob Dean from Ambassadors. So, fellas, thanks for joining us this week.
Thanks for having us.
Glad to have you. So, just real quick, we had 8 games this week, including a couple on the women's side. I'll run through those results. And then we'll get to Ryan and Bob, get a little insight from their games. First off, 1927, 3-1 over Indy Saints. For 1927, 2 goals from Mallmeister, 1 from Balbieri, and 2 assists from Lopez and 1 from Steiner. For Erie Commodores 4-3 over Ambassadors. Goals by Garcia and Ramirez, and assists from Garcia and Kearns. And Legends FC 1-0 over Old Boys. Yeagley with the goal and an assist from George Elitis. Legends also picked up another win, 7-2 over Cincy SC. Highlanders with a big 5-2 win over OP. Hoosier FC with a 10-0 win over Paddock. And on the women's side, OP picked up 2 wins this week. They beat North FC 3-0. And earlier in the week, they won 5-0 over Sporting Columbus. So with that, we're glad to have Bob Dean joining us from Ambassadors. Bob, great to have you. Tell us a little bit about your involvement with Ambassadors, and then if you don't mind, just give us a quick recap of how it went this week.
Yeah, sure. So Ambassadors is a Christian missions club. We're based in the Akron, Cleveland area, and we've been around for a long time, 1991 as a ministry. We actually have offices and ministry clubs in 26 countries around the globe. So we have a little bit different focus as an overall organization. We have a strong youth club in the northeastern Ohio area, both on the boys and girls side. Girls have been traditionally well renowned for their success, and that also led to longtime success with our WPSL women's side. So I came on board about 6 years ago as a coach, age group coach on the boys side with the club. And my son was a high school player at that time and is a collegiate player at Malone University. And he actually is the true head coach of our U23s. I'm kind of the window dressing director of coaching, set up the cameras, do all the paperwork while he does the relational part of it. And he does a pretty great job of it. To say the least. But we asked a question a couple of years ago of our leadership in the ministry in the club, and that was why we aren't doing this on the men's side. And the answer was really simple, and that was it was a personnel issue. They didn't have the people to dedicate to doing it. So we volunteered and said, let's go ahead and make it a go. So in November of 2020, we made the commitment to put a league or put a franchise into the Northern Ohio Soccer League in 2021. We were blessed to compete in that league last year, and we actually won the title in 2021. So it was a lot stronger situation than we had thought it would be. It was really well run, and we were really proud to be a part of it. Then we just knew that there were so many players that were interested in playing. We made the decision to contact Brandon in the OVPL, knowing that it was an added level, but also probably a slightly higher level from where we were in the previous year. So we decided to double our player pool and to give it a run to compete simultaneously in both leagues. So that brought us into the OVPL and renewed some rivalries, created some great friendships, and other ministry opportunities for us as well. So yeah, we're super excited to be here, really blessed to be here, and yeah, it's a true management issue. I'll use that term to try to be running both of these the single franchise and 2 competitions at the same time. So yeah, we're giving it a run, and we have some great guys who are involved. So I think we now have 12 or 13 different institutions that are represented within the roster right now. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well, we appreciate
fantastic,
you
Bob.
taking the time out of your day to join us. Yeah, and just tell us real quick. I think you were unfortunately on the wrong end of a 4-3 result with Erie Commodores, but how'd the game go? How's the season been going so far?
Yeah. So we've only played 2 matches, and it was really a home and home with Commodores and with Collins Group. So we hosted them a couple of weeks ago at Pioneer Park at Malone University. Came out on top 2-0, and we were really happy with that result. It was a very, very hot day on the turf, so we were excited about that. But full props to Colin yesterday. Their field situation was somewhat out of their control. We had to play on a really dicey pitch yesterday at Erie Bank Sports Park, and Colin actually, I think, came out the evening before to fill in some holes with some topsoil and to make it a really good go and to have it happen. So our biggest issue in both of our competitions this year has been really just giving up unnecessary goals and opportunities. Give you a crazy statistic. In all of our matches that we've played in both competitions, we're averaging 61% possession over our opponents. But in all but 3 of our matches, we've given up the first goal. So we just have this penchant for making the untimely mistake. And same thing happened yesterday. So we find ourselves down 1-0, and kind of put ourselves in the hole, and climbed back a little bit. Had 3 unanswered goals then to go up 3-2
Wow.
at one point, and but we knew that because of the direct style that Commodores plays, that really just sitting back against a team that was that athletic was probably not going to be the way to go. And so we just gave up 2 unfortunate goals, 2 individual mistakes. And when I say individual mistakes, they were just situations where players were beaten in their responsibilities. And in one of them, the tragedy was, a player pulled his hamstring while running a player down shoulder to shoulder, and the guy had to get in at that point. So yeah, really difficult circumstances. Full credit to and fair play to Colin and to Commodores for a great comeback yesterday. But really excited about the way that we competed, and we're just excited to be playing at this level right now.
Well, sounds good. And I know you have a busy schedule. You got to hop off here. But again, thanks for joining us. We hope to continue to hear good things from ambassadors and from yourself. Keep up the good work. And, I speak for all of us when I say we've all been there.
Yeah,
so just keep plugging away.
For sure. No, I really appreciate it, guys, and looking forward to jumping on again. And then, and Ryan, we'll have to have a conversation here later in the week, obviously, then.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. And also, one last thing, Bob.
Sure.
When's your next game? Who do you play?
We actually play on Saturday morning at Ovpl down in Plain City. Yep.
Gotcha. All right.
Sounds good. Thanks,
Great.
Bob. Take
Thank
care.
you, fellas.
All the best.
Thanks, Bob.
All right, Ryan. The Highlanders got a big 5-2 result over OP. Tell us a little bit about how that went.
Yeah, quite a game again against Ohio Premier. We really knew what was going to happen there in terms of like the quality coming in, what they've got on the field, and it was one of those things where we just hope our guys stick to the task and perform the way I know they can, because we've got some really talented guys. But it was another game for the neutrals. Ended up winning 5-2. We were 2-0 up. 2 great goals. One from Richie Alafalianca again. He ended up with 3 in a day with a hat trick. I think it's easier for him to score than it is for me to say his last name. So that was something. And then straight after that, I guess I would say Ashton Farnsworth, who's probably our backup striker, comes off the bench, relieves Richie a little bit during the game. Ashton's a striker at West Liberty University. Scored a phenomenal bicycle kick right off a great cross from Keegan Daniels, and put it right in the bottom corner. It was just a bit of a highlight we've been showing on the social media. So that put us up 2-0. And you know what they say about 2-0 leads, or you know what they say about 2-0 leads. Sure enough, second half comes around and they pull it back to 2-2. You know, as I said, the High Premier's got some top class players. The free kick, they scored a free kick, bent one in from about 25 yards, right in the top corner. And then it was one of those games, who's going to make the next move? And that guy again, Richie again, pounced on one, made a goal out of nothing just by chasing people down, and put us up 3-2. And then I think that was followed soon after by a great move by our right back who came on at the time, Zach Rycroft, set up Bryce Gandy. He went down the wing, whipped in another deep cross, very similar to the earlier one Ashton Farnes scored with, and then the deep cross went up to Vitor Asuka, and he buried it in the top corner with a header in the back post. Just a great goal by Vitor, who had another good game that day, and it was just a heck of a game. A couple of shouts outs from my point of view is we had two 17-year-olds playing, Brody Wall and Keegan Daniels, who played majority of the game, and they played really well, made a good account of themselves. And also again our front four guys who are just really, you know, they're on fire this season. That's including Keegan Daniels. So two shout outs there for them, and it's just a great game of soccer. We played at the Highlands Complex, and important game for us. A lot of games left in this conference, but that one, you know, as the return game against the Higher Premier, was really important. And good game to watch.
Well, congrats on the win, and I know you don't want to toot your own horn very much, but keep up the great work. The local news channel there, if anyone hasn't seen it there, I forget the affiliate. Who is it again, Ryan?
WTRF 7.
Yeah, they've been doing a fantastic job. They come out to training leading up to a match. I've seen some footage online that, you know, they were there at the match, giving a little recap afterwards on the local evening news. So great stuff there. I think it's pretty awesome. Keep it up. And I have a shout out real quick along the same lines to our very own Keegan Daniels, who not only served the cross on that goal, might end up being the goal of the year in OVPL, but on Twitter he also mentioned it was straight from the training ground, just the way he drew it up.
That's exactly it, right? You know, we've got to make sure they're aware we're here. The players are supporting. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, so keep it up, Keegan. Great stuff on social media and on the pitch. Brandon, our league commish, what do you have for us this week, match week 5?
Yeah, been a good week all the way around. Tables will be coming out here straight from the training ground, you know, officially. 1927 still holding strong at the top of the River Division at 15 points and unbeaten. They're actually one of 3 unbeaten teams in the Valley, or in the River, sorry. 1927 unbeaten, Hoosier unbeaten at 2 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses, and a plus 20 goal differential. And then Valhalla, 2 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses. And they're at a plus 12 goal differential. You know, both of those have only played 2 games compared to 1927's 5 matches so far. And then
I would suggest, Brandon, that it's going to be getting interesting on the Riverside, and you know, Evansville is still there, and Nitro too. I mean, that's good. I'm really looking forward to some of the results on that side.
Yeah, Evansville's sitting second. They got 3 wins, and the lone loss was that to 1927. They're at 9 points. You know, so they're stuck right in the middle between the unbeatens, really. And then, of course, in the Valley, Highlanders are at the top with 10 points, 3 wins, and 1 draw. Erie Commodores are creeping up with 2 wins and 3 losses. But OP, Ambassadors, and actually Elite FC hasn't played a match yet, which they will debut this week. So they're late to the party.
Yeah.
And then on the women's side, OP women are still at the top with 6 points with 2 wins. Both of those wins are I think it was a 3-0 score lines, or 3-0 and 5-0.
Yeah, once again, thanks for joining us. We appreciate Ryan from the Highlanders joining us today, along with Bob Dean from Ambassadors, and our league commish Brandon from the OVPL. Look up the OVPL website, find their schedules, and support soccer in your area. And until next time, I'm Jay. This is Straight from the Training Ground.
Visit our friends at Football Town for casual football wear.
Visit our partners at TractionSocks.com for performance grip socks created for all athletes. Use the discount code TractionSocks22 right now for savings.